Dalton's been around the world, like you said. He's been to WWF, WCW himself. So this is two high-caliber wrestlers here going to go at it. The opening contest here of the Mickey Doyle Retirement Bash Show.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Luther handles such a large crowd. He's probably never wrestled in front of masses like this. He's used to the smaller town shows. Now he's out there, like you say, there's a great shot of a big crowd. Nice roll-up, 2 count real early on. Luther trying to end it quick here. Nice drop toe hold. Rolls it up into the headlock. Some good combination wrestling by Wilson.
Wow, Wilson showing a lot here in the opening minutes of this match, showing the technical skill that he is showing us here.
Come on, he's a great skilled wrestler, like I said, a graduate, a trainee of the WCW power plant, and he is living proof right here before our eyes that that is the place to be if you want to be a pro wrestler. WCW power plant, hell of a facility, great people running it, and producing some great athletes like Wilson there with a nice arm drag.
And Wilson now working on the arm, keeping it on the mat, keeping it close to Dalton, because you know when Dalton, he starts flying, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, you're going to see Dalton, he's going to try and take it to the top rope. I believe you're going to see Wilson try and keep it to the mat, more like we've seen drop toe holds, arm drags. Oh, rake to the eyes there. Dalton not quite playing fair.
The opposite extreme of the spectrum here. Dalton using a lot of brawling, Wilson using a lot of skill, but there you see the power of Luther Wilson. He won't be knocked over that easily.
I'll tell you something, if Dalton, if he wants to brawl, Wilson will brawl. He's a big, strong man, football background, and he'll stand toe-to-toe with anyone, and he's got a good chance of being the one left standing when it's all said and done.
There you see it now, a beautiful Mexican arm drag by Luther Wilson, right back into a hip toss. He's all over Dave Dalton like he's going out of style.
I'll tell you something, hats off to the power plant. Their protege here looking great, although Dalton around, no, he's hung up, and nice reverse atomic drop.
That's going to leave a mark on Dave Dalton. As you see Luther, the cunning attack there, clotheslining him over the top, and the crowd is going crazy for Lethal Luther.
Well, Wilson here, I mean, showing us a lot more than even I thought he had. I knew he had the skill, I knew he had the raw talent, but he's showing you now, they've shown him how to put it together and not just know the moves, not just be able to slam this guy, punch that guy, but be able to think in there and plan a strategy, and he's carrying it out quite well. And the fans showing their support.
My only problem with this is having him outside the ring gives him a chance to recoup. As you know, Wilson hit him with a couple of high-impact moves before he hit him with that clothesline. Now Dalton's getting a chance to regroup here, rethink.
Yeah, Dalton, he's a veteran, like you said. He's been around the world. He's been with the top, with the WCW, with the WWF. He's also, and sometimes equally as important, he's wrestled for almost every small little one-town promotion there is in Canada and throughout many states in the U.S. He knows what he's doing in and out of there, and like I wanted to say earlier, but this great action didn't give me a chance. I'm interested to see how Wilson does in front of this big crowd. I mean, we got 1,000 people crammed in this arena this week, and how's he going to take it? Dalton's been in the big arenas. Wilson hasn't. How's he going to handle it?
There you see now, Wilson putting his head down for 1 second too long, and Dalton caught him in the side of the head with a forearm, and now Dalton, he's angry. He's starting to take over now on Lethal Luther.
Yeah, well, Dalton, he's never claimed to be a fan favorite. He's never claimed to be Mr. Nice Guy. All he's ever said he was a guy who will go out there and do anything to win, and he will definitely do that.
An underhook there by Dalton, but there you see a leg trip by Luther. Drops the big elbow across. 1, 2, hook in the leg and the head. Smart move, but Dalton too strong, too powerful for Luther.
Quite possibly too strong. We also see Wilson there with kind of a sloppy cover there, and now cut off with a beautiful spin kick.
A spin kick. No one gets up from a spin kick, especially one given by Dave Dalton, but once again, Dalton taking a little too much time to get back on Luther. He's got to hit him. He's got to hit him quick.
Well, Doug, you're sitting here in a chair. Let's remember these two guys are out there. They're giving it their all. Dalton has absorbed a lot of abuse in a short amount of time. He needs a second to catch his breath, too, in order to regroup and get on his strategy and start working on wearing down the big man like Wilson.
Scooping him up, hits him with a body slam. This is where Dalton is dangerous because, you know, he always gets up on the ropes, always doing his high-flying maneuvers. As you see, he's about to go for a beautiful swan dive there, nailing Luther. And look at, he's in a lot of pain.
Wilson, he's down. He's in a little bit of trouble right now, but I'll tell you something. I guarantee you, I mean, he's trained by good people. He's a good athlete, and I'm sure you're going to see him come back. Oh, and there we see Dalton using that top rope in a guillotine-type way in order to cut off the air to Wilson's throat.
Cutting him off, but once again, Dalton taking a little too much time on the outside, giving Luther maybe some time to recoup now. You see both ends of the spectrum here.
Well, I'll tell you something about junior official there, Jeffrey Scott, maybe being a little lenient. I think he should be in Dalton's face right about now. Dalton attempting a spinning Azuki driver, doesn't quite connect, only catches him partially, gets a 2 count though on Wilson.
Got a count on him, just grazed him there with his knee, maybe knocked Luther a little silly there as you see the big arms of Dave Dalton being wrapped around the neck of Luther Wilson as he tries to get the crowd back into it.
Well, Dalton there, now he's a nice move. He's hit the man with a couple of nice high-impact maneuvers. Now he's got him down on the mat, trying to wear him down, grind him down to the point where he can try and hopefully, maybe hook him into a submission hold or something. But I'm telling you, Dalton's showing me a lot here. That was a standing top rope and Zuki driver. Didn't quite connect fully, but I mean, the effects were still showing on Wilson.
Speaking of connecting fully, you see the jaw being smashed apart by the head of Luther Wilson as he backs him into the corner. Looking like he may have went for a suplex there, but instead he chooses to give him a big knife edge in the corner and an elbow.
Well, like I said, Wilson, he is technically skilled, but if you want to stand there and brawl, you want to punch, you want to go eye for eye and tooth for tooth, this is a man that'll stand there and he'll use every last ounce of blood in his body to fight you.
There you see, putting his head down, veteran mistake there. As you see, the big neck breaker, and Luther, the crowd is behind him 110%.
Well, I think you mean rookie mistake by the veteran, an uncharacteristic one at that, and Wilson, like you said, in total control here, and looking great with a beautiful gut-wrench suplex.
Going for a cover now, hooks the leg, 1, 2, almost a 3 count here. We almost saw Luther the winner here over Dave Dalton.
Well, I'll tell you something, Dalton, he's got to be, I think you're probably looking at a guy who thought he was coming in here. He's in there with Luther Wilson, a man with little experience. Dalton probably thought he was in for an easy night. He's learning real fast. He's not.
Big textbook suplex here. Luther going for the cover, get the 1, 2, once again, almost a 3 count.
But what Wilson's going to have to start doing here is he's going to have to start trying to string together a few moves. Right now, he's hitting one move, going for the cover, hitting one move, going for the cover. Got to get out of that pattern. Now start hitting 2, 3 moves in a row, and then going, that's where you might get a chance to beat a veteran like Dalton.
Goes for the elbow in the corner, a little too late, and hits him with a beautiful DDT out of nowhere. But Dalton, he's still reeling from the series of moves before. We get a cover, 1, 2. Luther just gets his arm up just in time.
Well, Dalton, like we said, a great veteran, can turn it around in a second. Wilson had everything going his way, puts his head down for half a second, and Dalton makes him pay.
You can see Dalton now picking the man up. He's got him in the corner. He continues to work him over. Irish whip, reversal by Luther Wilson. As you see, Dalton slips and hits his head on the ring post. That's gotta hurt.
Well, Dalton here, he's in a little bit of trouble, and Wilson showing no forgiveness, showing no soft-heartedness, attacking right away on that head region, and he's staying right on Dalton now. He's looking to try and finish this right here.
Dalton must be in la-la land after smashing his head against the ring post. As you see, Luther ramming those huge shoulders of his into the chest cavity of Dave Dalton, and he's got to be out at this point.
He is reeling, and there we see him Irish whipped across, up and over, avoiding contact with Wilson right there, cutting him off with the kick to the stomach.
There you see, I think he's all confused inside the ring as you see him into the corner. He went for the flip-a-roo.
He's caught, though. He's caught there to the well once too often. Wilson signaling for it, and there it is, the big power slam. Can he get it? 2, 3. There we have it, the youngster out here with his first win here in Border City Wrestling. And I'll tell you something, I am impressed.
I didn't think a veteran like Dave Dalton would lose to something like that, but you got to understand the high-impact moves of Luther Wilson may have just taken over on Dave Dalton.
And hats off to the power play of Jody Hamilton and the crew down there. They have turned a raw talent into a polished or near-polished wrestler.
I think we're going to see a promising career out of Lethal Luther.